You're floating. Hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
You're outside the Broom Tower, it appears.
Yes, I am. And if you've ever wondered how this game does its loading, we're about to see firsthand how it does its loading. This is how you move out of bounds. It's perfectly normal.
Mm-hmm. This is a perfectly legitimate run.
Exactly. You just have to, hit 7 on the numpad, and then you can do this. It's fine.
Naturally.
Just don't hit 7 a second time when you don't mean to, because that turns this off. But you can obviously hear all of the tower things. And, camera. Camera doesn't like this particular spot. And that's why, because it's loaded all this stuff. And then up.
Very good. Off to a great start.
Yes. So there was a grand plan I had when doing all of this. Oh, hey, it just spawned me there and killed me again. Huh.
That's neat. I feel like this could be problematic.
There were a number of times when I was like, I've ruined this character. But thankfully, I did not. I worked it out. So it's like, all right, it's loaded more of the area in so I can kind of see it. I just wanted to give you all a good idea of the Broom Tower by loading in as much of it as possible and then showing that stuff off. And then here we go. Now we're in.
Who are we fighting? Says I, knowing the answer.
Says you, knowing the answer. Probably not the worst DLC boss, but the most disappointing DLC boss.
It's Butthole Mark II.
Blue version.
Now blue.
Because
and slightly different timings.
But still,
otherwise identical.
Yeah, still susceptible to plague and poison, and this is me trying to, just geographically show you where everything is, where that thing is specifically, and so then I start trying to get there again. It's like, yay! This is making it. I'm hitting all the buttons right. Yay!
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then
you're gonna make it. I think you're gonna make it.
I'm probably gonna make. Yep.
I mean, you're right there.
Yep. Hop. All right, and nope.
It's so stupid.
And it's.
I just knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. So, I believe the reasoning for that is because I'm going straight down. Mm-hmm. And impacting something without going up again, it's still saying that I've fallen a fatal amount.
Yeah. I figured there's probably a...
Also, there's a floor there.
Yeah, the other side of the roof, I suppose.
Yes.
I assume that if you're in the falling state for X number of seconds or something, that it would just consider you as fatal, right? Something like that?
It's if you're in the falling state, but actually having your Z-axis... decrement, however you say that.
Sure, yeah.
Because if you're in the falling state but not moving down, it won't kill you.
Okay.
But your Z-axis has to either decrease for a certain amount of time or a certain distance, and then it kills you. And we're gonna have a fun little run through this area.
I forget what this place is called.
Iron Passage, I think.
Iron Passage. Okay, yes, that's the one.
And this is
the free sample portion of the DLC.
Right. So, I just wanted to show what this character was capable of with a little bit of combat. Also, I forgot what that lever did.
Yeah, it starts the one-time per life gauntlet fire thing.
Yes.
Which, it's kind of interesting. It's just this area in general is just very plain.
Right.
Ends poorly.
So this character has the King's Shield at +5, the Ferrum set at +10, and the Bandit Axe at +10, and then the Black Bow at +10, and is a perfectly legitimate level 838.
I mean, earlier when you died in the middle of the tower and it chain killed you, you started a new character from scratch, from the beginning of the game, and farmed all the equipment back up.
Yep.
Which is why this took so long to come out.
Yes, that is 100% it. Absolutely.
So, yeah, you hit the lever and then the gate comes down.
Yes.
But you can't hit it again, so you only have one chance to get through the fire gauntlet.
Or you just use your num keys, and then there you are, and you're good.
Very good.
I was using an axe with this character just because I thought aesthetically it worked really well.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I like the Farum set, and I think the action does kind of look. It's a little bit more classic Viking.
Right.
Than,
Now this is me panicking and making a mistake.
as you do. Because I have a statue of the Farum Knight sitting right next to me, but the default one that came with the special edition Dark Souls 2 is dual swords. Which is fine.
Yeah.
I feel like the axe is a good look.
So, fun fact, when you are in the wall, they can still aggro at you, but they can't actually hit you. So they're still mad, but they can't do anything about it. And so this is how I proceeded through these areas. It's like just run around killing things. I could go down there, but I don't remember where the Smelter Demon is. But guess what? I can just go up.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't want to use the numpad, you could just go through the fire gauntlets. It's a legit way to do it.
Right.
The fire salamander things.
I just
This is also effective.
Yeah,
clearly.
I do not like this area very much, so I kind of just skipped it. All right.
Yes, I know. I gave up on this particular for a while ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I passed the baton on to you.
Right. And this is the point where I remember, because I'm about to apply the strength bomb thing, even though I have 99 strength. Before I realize, oh wait, the thing I have going only allows me to have one of these going at a time, even though you're supposed to be able to stack them. Yeah.
So it'll make this fight a lot harder, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. This is much more difficult. Yeah, it's Smelter Demon 2.
Yep.
I got hit because I have so much health and defense, I just don't care. And I got lazy. But otherwise, though the timing has changed, this is just as easy of a fight, if not easier, because you're better equipped by this point.
I say that this is a harder fight. Because the timings are different, and because there's an extremely annoying gauntlet you have to run through each time you reattempt.
Right, I forgot about that.
So the regular Smelter Demon also has a very annoying gauntlet, but you can technically, sort of, say, eradicate the spawns, so that eventually you can just run right to it.
Right.
This one, there's always, well, I mean, you can probably eradicate them, but there's a lot of, there's a lot more in between the bonfire and the end.
Right.
Yeah, there's that extra long delay on
I forgot how much he could rotate for that. Because he can rotate a lot for that one, as it turns out. I will say that also the radius on that blast, I think, is bigger as well. Could be wrong, though.
Yeah, maybe so.
Now, part of the reason this is going so well is because I have a really good weapon with good stats to back it up, and it's got the Dark Pine resin on it, seemingly in perpetuity. Also, Bright Bug.
Yeah, it does seem like that resin's lasting for a pretty long while.
Yeah.
It's probably because you spent a bunch of skill points in the resin length skill.
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. It has the most skill points in it. It's just buff duration, There was something that I had hoped would display in this, but it didn't, and it didn't in the next video, and I couldn't get it to work properly. But I also have my player illumination set to 1,000 feet and maximum brightness, so... There we go.
Hey, you did it.
I did it. I beat Butthole Mark II.
Hooray.
Hooray. So, and this is me starting to run the wrong way first. I was like, no, that's where I came in. I should go the other way.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm still good at this, I promise.
You do at least get a good reward, I guess.
Yeah.
The mask.
I think so.
I like the mask.
Yeah, I show it off for a little bit. I don't actually look at any of the stats because, as viewers of this channel will know, we've been doing Dark Souls for a long time.
Forever, always Dark Souls. Forever and always.
So, I just kind of got this stuff to work, and then I was okay.
Yep, there you go.
And
you got a fancy mask. It gives you a whole bunch of fire resist.
That's what it was. Right.
It's like the tears on the mask are supposed to be fire resistance.
And then this is me falling back out, and hey, here we are. Hey, it's where we started. And that was Smelter Demon Mark II.
All right. Fantastic.
Plus
that one
a whole bunch of extra
dead
stuff.
Forever. Yeah, and then there was some other stuff in the video too. It wasn't just that, but Yeah,
it's just to show my work process.
You can create a blue smelter sword with the smelter soul. So it's not the exact same soul, even though it like has the same name. It makes the blue version. Can you combine those Regalia style?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm thinking of Dark Souls 3.
You're thinking Dark Souls 3.
Yep.
So it has...
But you can have one red and one blue, though.
Right, and they have different strong attack flame patterns. But that's it. I'm sure it deals more damage, but it's a weapon that
maybe.
I
don't know, it's magic damage and a fire.
It's a fun fight for what it is.
Nope.
Fair enough. I was going to try to be positive and put a spin on it and be happy about the game I like, but you're right.
You can still do that, but don't lie to people.
All right, let me put it this way. When you're level 838 and it takes you 2 seconds to get back to the boss, it's a fun fight.
Sure, I can understand that. The run-up is aggravating. Extremely aggravating. And it was not shown here, but there are so many enemies on the way. There are so many. Very, very large enemies as well.
Yes, I did kill a few of them in a way that you're going to see at the beginning of the next video. So a teaser for that.
Spoilers. Tease.
A tease. But it's a... So having spent the past chunk of time just kind of breaking Dark Souls 2 in a perfectly legitimate cheat engine oriented way.
Cheat Engine's the name of the character, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, the character's real name is Boletaria the Third.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That follows.
So having done the same with Dark Souls 1 and some with Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2 I find significantly more fun to break.
It's because the mechanics are better.
You could make that argument. You could also
I have.
And yes. you have. You could also make the argument that I find it more fun to break just because...
You enjoy the enviyments more, so you want to spend time there more.
I want to look around the environments. That's a huge part of it. It's just the fact that, it's also the fact that just having the different the weapon types be effective is also helpful. Because I've been doing similar things with Dark Souls 3, just playing around with them, and even the only way I found to make the other weapon types other than straight sword or rapier and some of the curved swords, the only way I've found to make them viable is to increase their damage output by a lot. And I mean, you can make the argument that it's you're just selecting your difficulty by choosing those weapons, but when it makes it so hard that it's not fun, that's when you run into problems. So as somebody who likes to break games in a not game tester kind of way, I'm going to break the code with this fun little hex edit. Dark Souls 2 is a really fun game. I wish I had a broken PS3 and Demon Souls so I could mess around with that, because the tools for that are just phenomenal. But alas and alack.
Yeah. Just no Demon Souls except for PS3. Maybe one day. Because you can actually go to the Land of the Lost Giants in Demon Souls if you have the tools available. Yeah, I watched the video on that. It's the one with all the weird bird people or animal people.
Yes, owls and birds and tigers
and some sort of animistic culture.
And then there are the mimics, which are just creepy. But yeah, that's That's David's opinion on breaking a game.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed David's trip through the Broom Tower and also through the Broom Tower,
in and around,
yep, in, around, through, beyond, all of the prepositions, and you would like to see more of this, you can support us on Patreon by paying a certain amount each month, so that we can, keep this going. Hopefully, in a more like main job kind of way. Right now, kind of a side job thing. If you don't want to pay monthly, you can also just go and we'll have in the link, little video description thing, which I guess some people read, hopefully, because there's information down there occasionally. You can just donate to our PayPal if you just want to throw us a tip or something, which would be appreciated as well. We'll spend that on channel stuff, and then. I mean, the videos are free. Right. It's not like there's no premium version of the channel, at least not right now, unless it can maybe turn that into like ridiculous cold hard cash.
I don't know if I can. I think I might be more comfortable asking them to like, comment, and subscribe on every video than I would.
Instead of like the suitcases of money approach.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Social media blitz, you know?
Did you know that there is only one more Dark Souls 2 video?
There's only one more Dark Souls 2.
Only one more.
And then we're done with Dark Souls 2.
Forever. It just and then I can be freed from this prison.
And then Dark Souls 3.
Yes, that prison is ongoing. It's
nearing completion.
It's close. I can feel the end. Also, the end of Dark Souls 3 is very close as well. I really hope.
So do I. So do I.
They still have a higher than average or higher than usual average for quality on DLC campaigns. But it's not a perfect average.
No. I mean, even the DLC for Dark Souls 2, like, every DLC has a crap part to it, so...
Yeah, that was by design, unfortunately.
Right. That doesn't make it not crappy, though, so...
That's true. Yeah, the other stuff makes up for it.
Yeah, it does. I mean...
if you think of it as a bonus that is not as great, rather than a third of it that isn't as great.
Yeah.
Sort of
I mean, it also gave us Ilium Lois, which is, I think, my favorite area of any Dark Souls game so far.
Which is great. The Broom Tower is actually great.
The Broom Tower is really... It's very well designed. I get lost in it a lot, so that's one of the reasons why I was just kind of clipping through the game.
There's a lot of butt-clenching walking over giant chains.
Yes, those are fantastic. The skybox, which I was showing off in that intro shot, is just good. It's just good. It's just good. All right, well, one more. Let's do it. Let's finish Dark Souls. Let's do it. Let's hit that last one. Yeah. Stopping recording.